everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Sanjana, and in today's lecture we are going to solve questions from Selina class 9 biology chapter Cell, the unit of life. Okay, so we are going to solve each question step by step and understand the concepts behind each answers so that you may feel confident while writing in your exam. So let's begin. A is multiple choice type. So let's start. All life start as an egg, a single cell, a gene, a chromosome. Okay. So in our first lecture of this cell chapter, we studied that all organisms start their life as a single cell. See how it happens. This is an egg. Okay. This egg fuses with this sperm. This comes from our mother and this comes from our father. They both fuse and they form a single cell called zygote. And from this single cell zygote, all life starts. Okay? So, for this question, the correct option is option number B. A, egg. An egg cannot always form an organism, okay? In few cases, it forms, but not in all the organisms an egg forms a complete individual, okay? Now, option C is a gene. This gene, it is present inside our nucleus, which has DNA, okay? So, it is not responsible for starting a life. Similarly, chromosome also, it is also present inside our nucleus, and it carries the genetic information from parent to the offspring. So here only option B is correct. Now next question. Which one of the following is found both in the cells of a mango plant and a monkey? So mango is a plant and monkey is an animal. So the question is asking the common thing which is found in both. Okay, so let's see the options. Option 1 is chloroplast, option B is centrioles, option C is cell wall, and option D is cell membrane. So we know this chloroplast, it is found only in case of plants because this chloroplast, it has a green colored pigment called chlorophyll, which was responsible for the process of photosynthesis in plants through which they were making their food. This centriole, it is found only in case of animals because they were helping in cell division. Then cell wall, it is found only in case of plants, which was freely permeable. Okay, now next option is cell membrane. Yes, option D is correct, cell membrane. Why? Because it is found in case of both plants and animals. So option D is correct. Okay. Now, next question. Which of the following cell organelles is correctly matched? Okay, you have to tell the correct option which is correctly matched. Option 1, ribosome synthesis of proteins. Option B, mitochondria secretion of enzymes. Option C, plasma membrane freely permeable. Option D, centrosome carries genes. Okay, so here let's check all the options. So option 1 says ribosome synthesis of protein. Yes, that's correct. Suppose this is our cell. This is our nucleus. Okay. These ribosomes were either found on the endoplasmic reticulum or they were found freely in the cytoplasm. And their function was synthesis of proteins. So here option 1 is correct. Let's check why the other options are wrong. Option B says mitochondria secretion of enzymes. No, it's wrong because mitochondria, they were performing the function of producing ATP. Okay, they were responsible for producing ATP. Now, plasma membrane freely permeable. No. Plasma membrane is semi-permeable. Freely permeable was our cell wall, which is found in case of plant cell. Now, option D is centrosome carries genes. No. These centrosomes, they were found in case of animals and they were helping in cell division. Next question. question is, a plant cell can be identified from an animal cell by. The question is asking which of the following is just a unique feature which is specifically found only in case of plant. So let's see the option. Absence of centrosome, presence of vacuoles, presence of cell membrane, and option D, none of the above. So let's see. First option says absence of centrosome. Yes, it is correct because plants do not have centrosome. This centrosome is found in case of animals and it was helping in cell division. See, this centrosome, it consisted of two centrioles that were found perpendicular. Okay, and from here aster rays were originating. And this centrosome, it was helping in cell division in case of animals, okay, not in case of plants. So option A is correct. Presence of vacuoles. Vacuoles are found in both plants and animals also. In plants they are larger and in animals they are smaller and fewer in number. Okay. Now option C, presence of cell membrane. Cell membrane is found in case of both plants also and animals also. Okay. Then option D, none. It is also incorrect because option A is correct. Okay. Now next question. Plant cell has a cell wall made up of. It is asking cell wall is made up of what? Proteins, fructose, cellulose, fatty acids. So here the correct option is cellulose. We have studied this point. This cellulose, it is a non-living substance, okay, and it is a polymer of glucose. So from glucose units this cellulose is formed. So the correct option is option C. Not proteins, not fructose, and not fatty acids. You just need to remember this point. Okay, now the cell organelle that help in respiration of the cells. Okay, option A, mitochondria, option B, lysosome, option C, ribosomes, option D, centrosome. So which organelle was helping in cell respiration? You remember this point. Our food means glucose. It was being broken in the presence of oxygen and energy, ATP, energy in the form of ATP was being released. So this process is called cellular respiration and it was happening where? It was happening in mitochondria. So who is responsible for this thing? Mitochondria is responsible for this. So option A is correct. Lysosomes, they were responsible for intracellular digestion, means digestion inside the cell. Ribosomes, they were responsible for synthesis of proteins. Centrosome, it was responsible for cell division in case of animals. Okay, now next question. Organelle involved in formation of acrosome of a sperm. See, what is an acrosome? So this is a sperm. Okay, this is a sperm. It has something like this, a cap called acrosome. Okay, it has some hydrolytic enzymes which helps this sperm to penetrate the egg. Okay, doing fertilization. Okay, so it is asking which organelle is involved in this formation of acrosome. So let's see the options. Dictyosome, centrosome, lysosome, Golgi apparatus. So first option is dictyosome. So what are these dictyosomes? These are the cisternae of the Golgi bodies and we generally refer to dictyosomes in case of plants. Okay, so here this option is eliminated. Centrosome, they were helping in cell division, so this option is also eliminated. Lysosomes, they were responsible for intracellular digestion, and last option is Golgi apparatus, which is our correct option. This Golgi apparatus, its function was what? Its function was packaging of proteins, enzymes. So here this Golgi apparatus is responsible for the formation of this acrosome. Okay. Next question is, which part of the nucleus participates in protein synthesis? Okay. So let's see the options. Nuclear membrane, nucleolus, nuclear pore, nucleoplast. See here I am drawing. This is nuclear membrane. Okay, this is nuclear membrane. This is nucleolus, a small rounded body found in the nucleoplasm. This is nucleolus. This opening is called nuclear pore. Then nucleoplast, this whole empty space is called nucleoplast. So it is asking which part is participating in protein synthesis. So this nucleolus, it forms ribosomes, and the function of ribosomes was protein synthesis. That's why here the correct option is nucleolus. Okay, it is indirectly helping in formation of proteins. Okay, now next question. The pigment which is not found in plastid, it is asking not found in plastids. Okay, xanthophyll. Xanthophyll, it is a yellow colored pigment and it is found in plastids. Okay, and that plastid is chromoplast. This carotene, it is orange red pigment. It is also found in plastid, and that plastid is again a chromoplast because they are colored plastids. Now, anthocyanin. This anthocyanin, it is not associated with plastid. It is found in cell sap. Cell sap, the liquid part which was present in vacuole was called cell sap. So it is found there and it gives blue violet color. So here this anthocyanin is not associated with plastids. Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green colored pigment. Okay, and the type of plastid which is found is chloroplast. So here option C is correct because it is not found in plastids. Okay, now next question. The tubules of Golgi complexes are termed. It is asking that these tubules of Golgi complexes are termed cisternae, microtubules, cristae or vesicles. These are termed as what? These are termed as cisternae. Okay, don't confuse with cristae. These cristae, they are found in case of mitochondria. Okay, the inner membrane projects into finger-like projection, which is called cristae. It is found in case of mitochondria, not in case of Golgi. And these vesicles, they are small rounded body which are generally secreted from the Golgi bodies. Okay, now question, identify P and Q. Okay, so here P and Q are the different kinds of microscope which were used by scientists Robert Hooke and Antony von Leeuwenhoek. So you have to identify this. Okay, so Robert Hooke, what did he observe? He observed cork cells and he discovered dead cells. Okay, and Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he observed what? He absorbed live cells. Okay, and he gave the discovery of living cells. Okay, so you can remember the term live cells by his name. First word which is Leeuwenhoek. L for Leeuwenhoek, L for living cells. Okay, now so Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he was among the first scientists to observe the cells for the first time. So he used a very simple microscope, and then Robert Hooke, he observed the cork cells from the bark of a tree. So he used a more advanced microscope which was called as compound microscope. So here P is compound microscope and Q is simple microscope. Let's begin with assertion reason questions. Okay, so here you are given 4 options. Okay, and from the 4 options you have to choose one options for the following questions. Okay, So let's first see the options. A is true means assertion is true, R is false, reason is false. Option B, assertion is false, reason is true. Option C, both assertion and reason are true. Then option D, both assertion and reason are false. So let's begin. Assertion: ribosomes are considered as the delivery system of the cell. Is this assertion true or false? It is false. Why? Because these ribosomes, they are the site of protein synthesis. Okay? And for delivery system we have our Golgi bodies and endoplasmic reticulum. So here our assertion is wrong. Then reason: delivery system is concerned with the secretion of cell including enzymes, hormones, etc. Yes, this reason is correct because we know that this is the function of our Golgi bodies. So here the reason is correct but assertion is wrong. So we'll go with the option B because assertion is false and reason is true. So option B here. Okay, now next question. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids as they have no pigments. Yes, it's correct because these leucoplasts, they are colorless plastids. Okay, they are colorless plastids because they have no pigments. These pigments are only responsible for different colors. Here these pigments are absent. So it is correct. Now leucoplasts are found in the non-photosynthetic parts of a cell. Yes, this reason is also correct because in the photosynthetic part, chloroplast is found which contains a green colored pigment called chlorophyll. So this leucoplast is a colorless plastid. So it is found in the non-photosynthetic part. So here both assertion and reason are correct. So option C is correct. Okay. Next question. Cisternae arise from inner walls of mitochondria. Is this correct or incorrect? It is incorrect because this cisternae, it arises in case of Golgi bodies. In case of mitochondria, Icse arises. Now, these projections increase surface area and help in production of ATP. Yes, that's correct. These productions, they generally increase the surface area and they are also responsible for production of ATP. Okay, Icse. So this reason is correct but assertion is wrong. So option B is correct. Okay. Now, Euglena is example of prokaryotic cell as it is unicellular. Is this assertion correct? No, it's incorrect. Why? Because Euglena is an example of eukaryotic cell. It is not a prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, our bacteria comes. This Euglena, it belongs to kingdom Protista. Yes, it is unicellular, but it is eukaryotic unicellular organism. Okay, so assertion is incorrect. Now, reason: prokaryotes are microscopic organism with a well-defined nucleus. No, they do not have a well-defined nucleus. Their nucleus lies freely in the cytoplasm. No nuclear membrane bound nucleus is present. Okay. So, this reason is also incorrect. So, option D is correct here. So, here we will go with option number D. Okay. Now, next question. Chromosomes carry hereditary information from parents to offspring. Yes, that's correct. The statement is correct. Chromosomes, they carry the genetic information from parent to the offspring. Okay. Now, chromosomes are suspended in the cytoplasm of each cell, whether it is a plant cell or an animal cell. Chromosomes are composed of RNA thread. This statement is wrong. See, These chromosomes, they are suspended in the nucleoplasm. Suppose this is a cell, okay, this is the nucleus, and here the chromosomes are found in the nucleoplasm. So they are not suspended in the cytoplasm, and they are composed of DNA, not RNA. So again, this statement is wrong. So here our assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. So we'll go with option which is A is true and R is false. So we will go with option A. Okay. Next question says write the full form of. So first is DNA. So DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay. Now RNA. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. Okay. Now next is ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Okay. Now SER, it stands for smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Then RER, it stands for rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So this DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, it carries the genetic information from parents to the offspring. Okay. Now this RNA, it helps in the formation of proteins by using the information which is stored in the DNA. You will study about these processes in higher classes. Okay. Now next is ATP. ATP is the energy currency of the cell. All the works are being performed with the help of this ATP only. Okay. Now smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it leads to the formation of fats, okay, and lipids, and it also helps in detoxifying harmful substances also. Then last is rough endoplasmic reticulum. It synthesizes proteins with the help of ribosomes which are attached on its surface. Okay, I hope it is clear. This is a diagram based question. So let's start. Which one is a plant cell? Give reason. You have to identify a plant cell, whether it is A or B. In A, we can see just one single layer. In B, we can see two layers. Here we can see small vacuoles, and here we can see large vacuoles. Okay? And here is a fixed rectangular shape. So, what we can conclude? We can conclude that this figure B is a plant cell. So answer for A is B. Figure B is a plant cell. Now we have to give reason because it has cell wall, it has large vacuole, it has a fixed rectangular shape. Okay, now next part. List the structure which are common to both. It is asking for the common structure which is present in both animal and plant cell. So for B option, we know cell membrane is common, cell membrane. Then this whole empty space, cytoplasm. Then this nucleus is common. Similarly, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, all those things are also common. Now next question. Name the structure found only in plant cells and those found only in animal cells. So structures which are found only in case of plant. What? Plastids and cell wall. Okay, and in case of animals, centrosome, which were helping in cell division. Okay, I hope this question is clear. So this is the last question. This is the figure given. So you can see this is a cell. Okay, this is shown your nucleus part. Here you can see the chromatin thread. But we have to observe these things. Okay, so question 1 says, what is this structure called? It is asking this thing. So this structure is called what? Centrosome. So answer A is centrosome. Why? Because we can see two centrioles which are perpendicular to each other and spindle fibers are being formed from them. So this A is centrosome. Answer A. Now B part. It contains one or two dot-like dense bodies. Name them. It is asking for these dot-like bodies. So these dot-like bodies are what? These are centrioles. Okay, now write one important role. So what is the role of this centrosome or centriole? Their role is to help in cell division. So we are done with the questions. Thank you so much. Before I end this lecture, I would like to say one thing. If you feel that you didn't study during your holidays or you were not able to complete everything whatever you planned, it's okay. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Okay? School is reopening again, so it's a new beginning. Okay? Just take a small step from today and keep coming, keep revising and keep believing in yourself. Thank you so much.